City News on TV Rotorua is proudly brought to you by Rotorua Central.
Good evening, Rotorua. Tonight on City News, we talk with Councillor Karen Hunt about the controversial Green Corridor. The new Body in Action exhibition at the Rotorua Museum is proving a hit with local families, and the Regional Council's land transport plan is open for public consultation. But first, Rotorua Mayor Steve Chadwick says the year has flown by with major restructuring at the council and strategic planning undertaken. The mayor's been under fire in recent weeks over the Green Corridor plans and the council name change. Mayor Chadwick says the level of public engagement is positive, welcoming the input. She says she'll be seeking more community input in 2015.
It's been pretty fast, it's been dynamic, and I believe at the end of the year that we've started to get people engaged. They're watching what we do now and they're seeing some positive results, and for me that's very satisfying.
So this year has obviously been very positive. You must be feeling good about 2016.
We set out by saying we'd be a transparent council, and I believe we've achieved that. And we've also become a more effective and efficient council, and that was very important to the people of Rotorua. We've stripped $8 million of costs out of this organisation, and we've completely restructured council, and now it fits with delivering our vision. And next year we're going to see all of the portfolios take shape. I've had some people saying, but what's happening for older people? We're hearing about youth, we're hearing about Māori. Well, we have our people-friendly plan about children and families, young people and the older people, and next year they'll be engaged in those portfolios. So some got going quicker than the others. Economic development is the most critical for us. If we don't get more industry here and more jobs, then we fail to help our children and our families to have more income for their families and their well-being. So economic development next year, we want to see faster growth, and we will be getting really engaged on seeing some of the initiatives that Grow Rotorua has developed. Hopefully they bear fruit next year. We know there will be some big announcements next year, and that will make us feel good about ourselves.
And we have the full 2-segment interview with Steve Chadwick in our final show of the year tomorrow night. The new Body in Action exhibition at the Rotorua Museum is proving a hit with local families, with the weekend's Family Fun Day a sellout. The exhibition is an interactive discovery of how the human body ticks.
We're really excited to have a kids exhibition running all summer this year. It's an exhibition you can bring the kids in and they can go crazy. You don't have to worry about them touching things and things breaking. It is built to last. So it's all about human body, learning about why you should keep active and eating good foods and keeping your mind busy, and it teaches them all of those things while having lots of fun.
And there's plenty of time to catch this one over summer. The exhibition is on until March. The Bay of Plenty Regional Council Land Transport Plan has opened for public consultation. The draft plan brings together the best thinking from each of the region's councils to provide a vision for transport over the next 30 years and is used to support the region's bid for central government investment in land transport activities, from road safety to walking and cycling to public transport and road improvements. The full plan can be found online at boprc.govt.nz or at Regional Council's offices. Submissions are open until the 29th of January. In sport tonight, tickets for the 2015 National Sevens tournament being held here next month are selling well, with fans promised another action-packed competition. It's the second time Rotorua has hosted the event, which involves 16 provincial men's teams and 10 women's teams. Locals can also get special ticket deals for the Sevens. The National Sevens takes place at the International Stadium on January the 18th and 19th. Tickets are available from the Convention Centre. To weather update now, Rotorua tonight. Fine spells, northerlies, an overnight low of 13. Tomorrow Friday, fine spells, a chance of afternoon shower, light winds, a high of 25 and low of 15. Looking out to Saturday, rain becoming persistent, chance heavy. Northerly develops, a high of 23 and a low of 16. Marine forecast for Lake Rotorua for Friday, variable 5 knots but northerly 15 knots in the afternoon and early evening. Waves less than half a metre. Fine spells with a chance of afternoon or evening shower with fair visibility. Still to come in tonight's program, I'm at the Ideas Store to check out what the community has to say about the future of Rotorua. We review the year with Inner City Portfolio Lead Councillor Karen Hunt, and we catch up with Deputy Mayor Dave Donaldson. Welcome back. I'm on Tutanekai Street now at the Ideas Shop. This place is somewhere that the council has opened up in the hope that everybody living in our community will feel very at ease about coming and sharing their ideas for this amazing city. I've got with me Dave Donaldson and also Sharon Vigor-Brown, who is in charge of this amazing spot. How's it been going?
Oh, it's been fantastic, Carrie. It really has. We've had so many people in and some fantastic ideas. We're sitting at about 790 ideas now, and we've had our 1,000th visitor on Friday, which was really awesome, and it was a lovely lady, and she was a long-time resident of Rotorua, so it was really rather special, and she's on our Facebook page, by the way. And it's just been fantastic, and lots of visitors from out of town raving about how great Rotorua feels.
That's wonderful.
I know this one couple came in and said there's a vibrancy, there's an energy out there, and they're regular shoppers from Tauranga, so I was quite delighted.
Oh, absolutely. We want to hear that kind of feedback. Dave, you must be pleased with how it's gone so far?
Yep, we're wrapped, Kerry. It's been a fantastic exercise in engaging with the community, and it's great to hear people's stories. You know, we had a lady walk in this morning, and she's back after 11 years living in Nelson, and so she's been back in Rotorua just for 4 years now, and really enjoying being back here where she lived prior to moving to Nelson. Just thinks that the changes in Rotorua are fantastic, and so excited. She had some useful ideas to share with us, and so that's the whole purpose. It's just harvesting the great ideas that are out there in the community.
And it is always lovely when people who have experienced Rotorua historically come back and they see and they feel changes. So really positive there.
Oh, yes.
What are some of the quirky or interesting ideas that have come through?
Okay, well, surprisingly, a lot of people have said, can we have a Kmart? So nothing to do with the council as such.
Oh, but big props for Kmart there.
Yes, and so we thought we'd better let them know how many people want them to come to Rotorua. There's been, from the most bizarre is, can we legalise drugs, to can we be more careful about the way we spray water because we're overspraying. But in the middle of all of that is this amazing theme of recycling. People want recycling in the city. They want the city to be open. They want it to be from one end of town to the other, a continuous flow. They want to be able to have fresh fruit carts in the middle of the city, and all these are the sorts of things that are coming in, and they're not. It's not major expense stuff, is it, Dave? It's really just the simplicity, easier maps out on the street. I've had tourists come in here and they'll have said, which end is the lake on? And something as simple as that makes you think, actually, have we made it easy to find? And so the ideas that have come from those sorts of visitors and people. So
and that is really important. Wayfinding is hugely important when you're a visitor centre, and the easier you make it. So look, just this morning, there were suggestions about, yes, the cycleway to Nongataha is great, but there should be a sign up that says township 3 kilometres, just so people know and feel reassured about how they move around.
So obviously some of these ideas would take some real planning and some strategy and some budget, but some of them are quite easily implementable.
Absolutely.
With a very minimal effort. One of the things I see just as we're finishing now is this beautiful display here with the young chap. He is walking across a whole lot of ideas, 700 odd, 780 was it, ideas? So there is still time.
To share.
There is
Write
still
your idea
time
on
to
the back.
share.
Yep.
You get one of these little babies, you pop your name on the back, and you come and hand it in.
Yes.
Absolutely wonderful. What an initiative. And there is nothing to help the morale of a city than the feeling of community when you've all got a role to
And
play.
you are very much a part of
Yeah.
this great growth forward.
Oh, absolutely wonderful. Well, all the very best for
Thank you.
the Christmas season and New Year's. Could we ask for a Christmas message from the Ideas Shop?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely too. Just have a wonderful Christmas with your loved ones, stay safe, and come and see us in the new year, because we're here till the 10th, and so over your turkey, if you come up with this great idea for Rotorua, come in and share it with me, because I'd love to see you.
And Merry Christmas to the team at TV Rotorua,
Oh,
doing a great job.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. Well, warm fuzzies all around. Merry Christmas to everybody. Don't forget to come in. And I'm sure turkey recipes might not be the ideas they're looking for, but come along anyway. And we'll see you in here when you do. Kia ora.
Catching up with a lady now who's been very, very busy for the last 12 months, and I have to say has achieved an awful lot in that time. Councillor from the Rotorua Lakes Council, getting used to saying that now, Rotorua Lakes Council, is Karen Hunt. Welcome aboard.
Thanks, Wayne.
And thank you for the work that you've been doing, and I know it's been tough, some of it, but also I would imagine quite satisfying. Let's just sum up at the beginning of our chat a bit about your portfolio, when you were first given it, your first thoughts when you were given it, and between then and now.
Thank you. My portfolio is the inner city revitalisation, and I was thrilled to bits. The whole of the 6 years I've been on council, I had been wanting to beautify our city. And one of the major reasons is that beautiful cities reflect a sense of place, and our city had lost its heart, and it didn't really reflect who we were, and there was a big call for change. So it's that usual saying, be careful what you ask for, because all the work that I've had this year, I definitely put my hand up for, and I'm thrilled. Tired but thrilled.
Were we in danger of losing the CBD in terms of its potential and also its use if something hadn't been done?
I think that globally, nationally, we can see it. CBDs are changing. We've now got an inner city. Now, I consciously use that term because if we continue to use a CBD, we continue to think of what they were. And the important thing is to think of what we want them to become, because this is a period of change. Now, we don't get these, they don't roll around every 5 or 10 years. They might only roll around every 35 or 50 years. So this is the next period of major growth. Probably the last was in the 70s. And this is when we say, well, what is it we do in a city? Previously, all our shopping was there, the dry cleaner was there, the sort of things, the chemist was there, the sort of things that day to day pick up our bread and milk. Many of those things we do at our neighbourhood hubs now, and many of the big box retail we do in the areas like Rotorua Central. So we don't necessarily come to the inner city to buy a couch or curtains, but we do come for coffee, we come for lunch, we come for music.
So in actual fact, the terminology of inner city is more relevant, isn't it?
Oh, much more, because an inner city is somewhere that people not just work and shop, but they live. And they come to admire the beauty of, to sit in the green spaces, of which we want to create some more, and to cluster. Our lives have become so busy that the terminology, they call it bumping spaces. And the best analogy is why everyone ends up in the kitchen at a party. Because they want to be close to people.
That's right.
And
It's
so
the interaction
it's
thing.
the interaction, it's that social contact. And as we have an ageing population and more people living alone or in much smaller families, they miss that busyness of multi-ages. And so if we can create an environment where all ages get to mix and mingle, then we will actually change and reflect what it is we're moving to, and not just trying to hang on what we've had.
Sure. One of the things that occurs to me too, I mean, get your thoughts on it, is that people are so busy, husbands and wives, there's two working partners in any household these days, very often. They haven't got time to do a lot of their shopping Monday to Friday. Anytime I've come in to this area, on the weekends, it's chocker. There's people absolutely everywhere. So is that what you're aiming for as well, so that it's not just spread into the outer areas, but they come in on the weekends to enjoy that lifestyle thing you're talking about?
Absolutely. So the inner city becomes a destination, and it becomes a destination for that leisure time spend. Because years ago, if you asked people how they spent their recreation, no one would say they went shopping. Now
they have to.
Now, and while online shopping is a big part of some people's purchasing, many people find they want the tactile experience. They want to talk to someone about the products they're buying. And the sort of shopping that we're moving into is the craft. You'll notice there's an increase in craft beer happening nationally around the country, craft bread, craft cheese, craft chocolate. So people want the handmade, the smaller batch, and they want to talk to the person that made it. That's why the market. That's why our Rotorua night market has been such a huge success, and that's known nationally as a great market. And we're building on that, and we're building on that in a precinct level, so that our inner city will have distinct precincts that you will choose to go to for, whether it's the nighttime precinct, whether it's where the night market is, whether it's the boutique shopping, or whether it's the one that has the green space and children's area.
It's a blend, isn't it? It's a blend of everything.
Yes, it is.
Well, thank you for the work that you're doing, as I said, and hopefully you get a break. Do they give you some time off over Christmas?
They do. Most of, we're shortly, end of this week we'll be finishing. Most of January is fairly free, although I'll be having meetings with staff over the Greenway, the Green Corridor. And I think that while it's my portfolio, I haven't been able, it's not me on my own. There's a large group of people, both community-led with Mike Steiner and Ron Finn, and also the staff here who've worked incredibly hard. And the various groups, Raising the Bar, the Tulip Festival, the Light Rotorua, those are all community-driven initiatives, which I'm very proud of.
Well, keep up the good work. We look forward to more activity in 2015.
Thanks very much,
Have
Wayne.
a great break.
I will indeed. You
Cheers,
too.
thanks, Karen.
Thanks.
Wow, what a year it's been, Rotorua, and we've come to the end. It's only days away before we start celebrating New Year's. I'm here at the Rotorua Lakes Council with Dave Donaldson, who is our Deputy Mayor, and we're here to get an end-of-year wrap-up and some of those highlights. And you know, there have been a few struggles along the way, but I'm sure he's going to let us know how the council coped and managed to do all these things. Dave, let's get straight into it. How was the year for you?
Kia ora, Melanie. Well, it's been a hectic year and a year with a lot of change, but then Mayor Chadwick had a mandate for change. So I think one of the big things that we have addressed is the underpinning priority of our 2016 priorities, and that was a sustainable infrastructure spend and also affordable and effective council services. So that led to a reorganisation of council and a realignment of the council in line with our goals and priorities. And we now end up with a much slimmer organisation, 80 positions, less than we started with at the start of this term of council. So that's been the big piece of change, and there's still some ongoing work to be done with our business units and our council-controlled organisations to ensure that they are fit for purpose and address our goals and priorities. Another, I think, big part of our year has been grasping at opportunities. So we are set up for a fantastic 2015 in terms of events and conferences coming to Rotorua that'll really put us on the map. If we start in February, a fantastic sporting summer ahead of us. We've got the Tarawera Ultra Marathon virtually sold out, Lakeside and the Bike Festival. We've got the Warriors Penrith game. That's just amazing for Rotorua. In March, we've got Crankworks and the Enduro World Series coming to town for the first of 3 years of that event. We've got Opera in the Pa coming back in March. So there's a favourite oldie that's come out of retirement. In Trends Conference, so that's the biggest tourism trade show in the country, will be hosted here in May. In June, we've got the International Professional Public Works Engineers Association Conference, around about 700 delegates here in June. July, we've got the National Brass Band Champs and also Local Government New Zealand Conference, another really big conference, about 700 odd delegates. So the first half of 2015 is going to be an absolute stunner for Rotorua.
So are there any more highlights for us Rotorua residents that we should know about?
Well, I guess reflecting back, a huge achievement, and it's not perceived as one of the sexy ones, would be the notification of the district plan decisions. So they were just notified in November, but that finally gives developers some certainty around land use rules for the future for Rotorua. So that those decisions are out there now. They're subject to appeal, and there may be some appeals, but if there are no appeals, it becomes operative, and away we go with our new district plan. So that's been a massive piece of work. I lost count of the number of workshops in the previous term of council that we attended, and our three commissioners, councillors Sarank, Wepa and Hunt, have put in a huge amount of work into those hearings and decision making. So that's been a massive achievement in 2014.
Yeah, it sounds like you need a great rest actually.
Well, I think we should all sit back and I think take stock, pause on where we've gone in 2014 and recharge, because 2015 is going to be an exciting year. So time to have a Merry Christmas and a safe Christmas. And I wish all residents of the Rotorua Lakes a fantastic Christmas and prosperous 2015.
Well, thank you for your time, Dave.
You're welcome.
That was Deputy Mayor Dave Donaldson talking with Melanie Groves. To contact City News, phone 07 3488 984 or email news@tvrotorua.co.nz. Thanks for joining us tonight. From all the team here at City News and myself personally, I'd like to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a happy 2015. Ngā mihi o te tauhou me te krehimete kia koutou katoa hoki mai anō hei tērā atu tau mo tēnei hōtaka. Kia ora koutou, kia tūpato, kia aroha tētahi ki tētahi. Be safe and look after each other. Pō Māori e.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.
City News on TV Rotorua was proudly brought to you by Rotorua Central.